First of all, thank you so much for 300 subscribers and enjoy the video. That's right, I am actually doing this. I've been watching The Simpsons since elementary school. It would be late at night, my parents would be busy, and so I took the Simpsons DVD box sets from our DVD library. I put in the very first DVD of the Season 2 box set and watched Bart Gets an F. After 24 minutes, I was in love with The Simpsons. And I've watched every episode, and a lot of them I've rewatched multiple times. And the one I watch each Christmas is... The very first episode is freaking iconic. After Christmas money is spent on Bart's tattoo, and Homer doesn't receive his Christmas bonus, he works a second job as a mall Santa. I love this dinky Christmas special, everybody does, despite the very rough animation and fairly sparse jokes. Really good premiere. I've made an entire 5-minute review on this one, so y'all know I love Bart the Genius. Bart cheats on an intelligence test, and his relationships improve as he gets a new school and personality. The best part of this episode is the relationship between Bart and Homer. It may start very negatively with all the Quidjabo stuff, but improves after the meeting with Principal Skinner and that weirdo Dr. Pryor. This episode is also notable for a ton of first appearances, and the first chalkboard and couch gag. Definitely going at the top of the list so far. This is the weirdest episode of The Simpsons. Homer messes up at the power plant and is fired, tries to kill himself, becomes a crusader for safety, negotiates with Mr. Burns, and gets his permanent job as the plant's safety inspector. This episode has so many weird moments: the bus ride to the nuclear plant and the music accompanying the scene, Black Smithers, Homer's literal suicide attempt, and this visual moment. Going at the bottom so far. My god. It's weird. At Mr. Burns' picnic, all the Simpsons, except Homer and Maggie I guess, embarrass themselves, and so Homer gets him into family therapy, leading to one of the best scenes of the show. Yes, this fairly average episode is elevated by the scene where the family electrocute each other. It's going under Bart the Genius. I love that scene. From a bully and gets in trouble with the head school bully, Nelson Muntz. After weeks of bullying, Bart starts an army to fight Nelson. This is my favorite episode of the show. Everything just clicks for me. The jokes, visuals, music, Bart's characterization, and this mysterious girl. Who is she? Anyways, Bart the General is going to the top of the list. I seem to like episodes with Bart D in the title. Oh, this episode is amazing, but depressing. Lisa's sad and no one knows the reason, but she finds out she can express her feelings with the help of a jazz man, and later on, her mother too. Meanwhile, Bart and Homer compete in a fighting game. Moaning Lisa is notable for having the first subplot in the show, and for finally giving Lisa a spotlight episode. Bleeding Gums Murphy makes his first appearance with a really good musical number, which is coincidentally one of the first videos on my channel. I wouldn't advise checking it out. Simpsons try to one-up Ned Flanders and get lost in the woods. Call of the Simpsons is the most basic episode of the season, with a pretty disconnected Act 3. Some of the jokes are funny, and Maggie's subplot with the bears is adorable, but it's going at the bottom. This one is iconic. To show off for the bullies, Bart saws off the head of the statue of Jebediah Springfield and becomes a social pariah. In my honest opinion, Ninja Bart rules, and this episode rules. It is one of the greatest Simpsons episodes of all time. It will be going under Moaning Lisa. After Homer buys a present meant for himself on Marge's birthday, she uses the present, a bowling ball, to go bowling, where she meets Jacques, a charismatic French bowling instructor who makes her choose between him or Homer. This is a great deconstruction of Homer and Marge's marriage with a memorable guest star, and the subplot with Bart and Lisa accepting the fact that Homer and Marge may be divorcing is depressing but funny, like Moaning Lisa. Life on the Fast Lane is also great because of Jacques. Yes, this French creep is one of the best parts of the episode, especially all the deleted improv by Albert Brooks. This one is going high on the list. I am not that big a fan of this one. Homer is seen dancing with a belly dancer, and Marge throws him out of the house, only allowing him back in if he shows Bart women shouldn't be objectified. Marge's characterization is completely off in this one, as she gets angry at Homer for dancing with a woman, after Marge herself almost cheats on Homer with Jacques in the episode that aired before this one. But Act 1 and Homer's speech, which is corny but cute, are the saving grace, going above Call of the Simpsons. Bart is sent to France as part of a student exchange program, and an Albanian boy comes to live with the Simpsons. This one is pretty funny, but not much to talk about, sadly. I love the French references, but that's about it. Purple Suit Skinner rules, though. Krusty gets arrested for shoplifting, and Bart investigates along with Lisa, as the two of them don't believe Krusty could commit such a crime. Krusty Gets Busted is the first true Simpsons episode, as everyone knows them today. It even looks like a season 2 episode, for God's sakes. This one is amazing, with a very well constructed mystery, definitely going under Moaning Lisa. The kids are left alone with a babysitter bandit, while Homer and Marge go out for a romantic evening. Or an enchanted evening, depends. I love this one, it's one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. Interestingly, Some Enchanted Evening was originally going to be the pilot of The Simpsons. The original animation test looks very Tracy Ullman Simpsons, but I kinda like it. Back to the actual episode. Penny Marshall delivered a very sinister performance in this episode, and I adore it. A really great episode. Some Enchanted Evening is going under Bart the Genius. Wow, what a good season 1. No wonder The Simpsons got picked up for 35 more seasons at the time of recording. So, yeah, let's move on to season 2.